Howdy mates, here's a part 5 video from today. This is still at the Myakka River State Park. I'm actually up at the Birdwalk right now to observe mostly wading birds. So to my left is, you can partially see it, it's the Upper Myakka Lake. So the Myakka River State Park has an upper and a lower lake. So like when we saw Deep Hole a while ago, that was the lower lake. So these lakes are essentially large reservoirs. Concerning that we're actually close to the headwaters of the Myakka. So that's where, that explains where a river begins. Now, from what I noticed while I was here, I found that there were some American white pelicans. Unfortunately, you won't have a chance to really see them from where I'm sitting, but stay tuned for my photo offering, because I was able to get a couple of pictures. What's neat about the American white pelican is that they're one of the only types of migratory pelicans. So they don't stay year-round. They actually stay, I believe, as far north as British Columbia, from what I recall. Now, with that being said, the American white pelican is actually one of the pelicans that has one of the largest wingspans, from what I've understood anyways. But it's that time of the year now where you'll start to see more of them down here. But if you're here like during the wet season, no. Or it's very, very seldom. But yeah, this is a popular spot for observing wading birds. Very well known sight. I also noticed that there were some white ibis, wood stork, a couple of great egrets. I believe I even saw a couple of black-bellied whistling ducks, as well as roseate spoonbills. So there's quite a bit going on here today. But you can see, like, all that land right there, normally a lot of that is underwater, as a matter of fact. So given that it is dry season, a lot of the water has receded now. But I have not seen any alligators up here though, which is fascinating enough. I'm sure they're underwater swimming right now. But what's particularly neat about alligators too, is I forgot to mention in my past couple of videos from today, is their nostrils, they actually point upwards. So that's how they are able to submerge most of their body underwater. But they still have their nostrils though, above the surface. So that's how they can still remain a bit more concealed, yet they're still breathing as they need to. So right now I'm just kinda chilling on top of a live oak right now. Actually, not too long ago, back in October, I actually did a video on the Spanish moss. And the thing is, Spanish moss is not a true moss because it actually acts more like an air plant more than anything. Moss, on the other hand, is a bit more photosynthetic. And for another, moss is a lot smaller too. But with that being said, about Spanish moss that I forgot to mention in a video that I made is when you touch it, you have to be careful, because sometimes you'll find these little creatures that they call Red Chiggers. And what happens is if they get on your skin, they can actually cause a bit of irritation. So keep that in mind too, if you're ever touching Spanish moss. Is definitely like wash your hands, rinse yourself, whatever you gotta do. Because yeah, you have risk of itching a lot. Because they like to bite. But what's neat about Spanish moss too is it's actually a flowering plant. So like, let's see, for example, like maybe right there, you can kind of see it. That's one of its blooms. And they're tiny. They're not really that large at all. And usually these blooms happen typically during the springtime. You won't really see it right now. But rest assured, Spanish moss is not parasitic. It just basically uses the tree as an apartment. More or less, just some living space. But yeah, it's so neat just looking at it, you know? It's like the tree is decorated, yet it's still natural. But yeah, you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday. And once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.